really this first slide here that I want to jump into, it's going to be the overall theme of the day for us, and that is, security. We're going to talk about vulnerabilities and breaches. We're going to talk about work from home because, as you can tell, Dmitry's still at home and many people are still at home. Kara is at home right now. And our lives have just changed. They're not really going back. So it's important that we talk about that and we think about that. And as we go through that, really, I'm going to throw it over to you, Dmitry. I'm going to pick a word off of here. And the word that I really would like to hear you talk about right now, or really an acronym, I guess, it's pretty popular today, is IoT. What does that mean to you right now?
Hi, Josh. First of all, great to be back at this event chatting with you. This is an annual tradition now. IoT to me is kind of like cloud. It's a Rorschach test, right? and also it's something where if you ask 10 people, you'll get 15 opinions on the definition. Where I would like to focus, what was interesting to me with IoT is the past 1 year with people working from home. And, I'm kind of jumping right away to some of the findings in the threat report, but what we saw was a large jump in attacks against kind of consumer grade router hardware. We've talked about consumer grade routers, stuff that people pull off the Best Buy shelf, the TP-Link, D-Links, Linksys, etc. They might have it running for 10 years at home. They might not even know where it is anymore in their home, right? But those devices they don't get patched, not because the vendors don't release patches, but because people just don't care. They don't patch their devices. And attackers know how to find these by using Shodan, that IoT search engine, right? I can go right now and find every single D-Link router connected or every single Linksys router connected to the internet. And if I know that there is a vulnerability that's not patched, I as an attacker can now use it in a programmatic way to attack these home networks. Now, a year and a half ago, that might have been boring. You'd get somebody's family pictures, you might extract $300 of Bitcoin out of them, great, right? But now, over the past year, if you think about it, like, the home networks got a lot more interesting. There might be Dmitry sitting here connected to the company and using, his corporate laptop here. Josh might be working from home. There might be people from finance, HR sitting at home with their corporate laptops on the same network, on a nice, flat, juicy network. And we saw that in the threat report that the number of attempted attacks against these consumer routers has gone up tremendously over the past year, which doesn't surprise me. But it's on one hand scary, but at the same time, you could have predicted that because home networks are more interesting now, so people will get attacked at their home networks. So that's where I like to focus on IoT. I mean, there's always the cameras and the industrial IoT, the power grid. That's a bigger topic, but I think something that one little tidbit out of the report that really stuck with me, it kind of validated the fears from the last 5-7 years of this potentially happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was looking at a stat a couple of weeks ago. They're predicting the end of this year, 35 billion devices connected to the internet, and in 2025, 75 plus billion. I mean, that opens up a lot of doors into people's homes and back into businesses too, because you have to think people go home with a corporate laptop that has an always-on VPN, and now their kid jumps on it to do schoolwork and mistakenly clicks on something. Now they have access right back into the corporate network. Our security landscape has drastically changed over the last 14 to 16 months, more so than I've seen it probably in the last 10 years, really.